Well, hello. Welcome, my salty brethren. We are in the thick of it. And when I say the thick of it, I mean the fucking thick of it. We have clinched playoff positions 1 through 5. We got 3 teams going for that 6 seed. We got 2 teams on that going for that 6 seed, separated by 40-ish points, a little less. So a lot of wins and you're in. But let's wind the clock back, tick-tock just a little bit, and let's look at week 13. Abu, how'd we do? It was 155 to 81. Brisket, I absolutely dog stomped you, right, bitch? And then Champ, my God, one of the last play of the game against Corn. They were battling it out for the LBL. I should have done a dual gif, but I just got Cornsbula. Throw it up.
Shut the baby. Oh, baby.
Had one made. Some Pulp lost the tickle. I called that one. Garrett Wilson, not the wide receiver one, but had a great week. So Ricky Ticky, I want you to end on a win streak. So we'll talk about that later. Adam beat Kyle. We all saw that coming, but it was a little closer. Brody lost to Joe. Joe holding on to that first place for the week, unless he loses this week, and then I win because as of now, I have more points than him. My team's better than his, and he knows that. And, you know, every team in the playoffs is looking to have Joe in the second round, not me. So, have first place, Joe. You won't have the championship. Yep, and then Slim Pickies kept himself in it and knocked Shrimp out of it. If Shrimp had won, he would have still kind of been in the hunt. He just didn't have the point total. Yeah. So let's look into the future. All right. So week 14, it's Saturday. I just watched Rough and Rowdy. Thursday games happened. World Cup's been happening. A lot of things been happening. So let's go right into it. It's me versus Slim Pickies. I want Corey to win for pure chaos reasons, but he will not win for pure talent reasons. My team is just better than his, and that's just the ipso facto of the scenario. He's just not as deep as me. He can't hit the deep spot. He don't even know what a cavern looked like. He's never been down the crevasse. He doesn't know what deep is. Deep is me, guy. I is deep. So, yep, pick me to win. And then Champ versus Tickle. Tickle. Let's end this week, as I'm giving everyone a crotch shot. Let's end this week. Let's end this year on a win streak. I want you to say, hey, Champ, great name, but I'm Thicc, and it's time. So I'm picking Tickle to beat Champ. Champ's rosters had some injuries. Lamar going down isn't great, so we'll see. And then in the matchup of the week, we got brothers facing off in the final week of the regular season. We got Brisket versus Joe, Jew versus Lovin. I want Brisket to win for my own personal preference. Do I think Brisket's gonna win? Do I ever think Brisket's gonna win? But I can't pick Joe, so we're picking Brisket. Brisket's gonna beat Joe. Projections right now are 120 to 113 in favor of Joe, but I'm going against those. Going against the grain, because that's what I do. And then, this is a great matchup. If I had 2 matchups of the week, which I do, because I'm God. Some Pole versus Judge Judy, 6-7 versus 6-7, both fighting for the playoff spot. So, right now, who's in 6? I believe it's Judge Judy. So Judge Judy, they're in the driver's seat. They beat Gary, and then Corey doesn't outscore them by 40 points. They're in. But if they lose, they're facing Gary, who is 6-7, who might just push himself right into the playoffs. If Gary wins, madness. Right now Gary's projected to win. Gary's team's a little bit better. Brody. We'll pick Brody to win that one because I just like seeing Gary burn. And Kyle, skip over it. Dan wins. And then we have Corn versus Steve McNair's Ghost. Both of them have clinched, so this matchup really doesn't matter. I'll just go with projections, which is Corn. So my MySpace top 6 this week is obviously me, Tickle, Brisket, Brody, Shrimp, and Corn. Yeah, it's a hot week to be a hot boy. And yeah, that's all I got. So poo.